leadership, where the decision is not between right and wrong. It is between safe and necessary, between what keeps people comfortable and what gives the company a real chance to win. So, do you stay within the comfort zone of familiar collaborators, or do you take the risk to reshape the future? This is the story of a critical transition where the safe choice was available, but it was not the right choice. When I took over the role, I walked into a company with tremendous assets. A strong footprint, valuable supply chains, talented team, and proud legacy. But I also inherited something else, something that many leaders face when they step into a major role. An executive team that had been in place for a long time and that had become extremely comfortable. Not incompetent. They were not bad people, but they were comfortable. And comfort in leadership is not harmless. Comfort is expensive because the world does not stop moving, because markets evolve, costs rise, and competition improves. And certainly consumers' expectations change. And if you and your leadership team are operating like they have already won, then the company is already starting to lose. The challenge I faced was not a lack of strategy. It was not a lack of ideas. It was something much deeper, a resistance to change from the highest level of decision making. And executive resistance does not always show up in dramatic fights. It often shows up quietly under those terms. They will tell you things like, let's take more time. This is not the moment. We tried that before. Or they will tell you that will disrupt the organization. And why change what's already working? So as you see, it comes subtle and it sounds reasonable. It even sounds, at some point in time, responsible. But over time, you realize what it really is. It is a commitment to stability over a commitment to progress. And this company did not need stability. It actually needed a major transformation. Now let me say this clearly. I did not walk in looking to replace people. This is not my intention. I tried the right approach first. I tried to bring them with me. I encouraged, I motivated, I communicated vision. I laid out the challenges and the opportunities ahead. I gave space for ownership. I gave chances to set up their own teams. But because in an ideal world, the best transformation is one where the team evolves together. But after many attempts, I saw something I could not any longer ignore. They were not interested in building the future. They were satisfied protecting the present. They were quite honestly happy to sleep on their laurels. And that is where leadership gets real. Because at that moment, you have to ask yourself a question. Do I lead the transition, or do I manage the decline? Eventually, I reached a crossroad. I need a change at the top, not a minor change, a real change. And here is where the safe option presented itself. Recruit from within. Use familiar faces, use familiar names. Promote the trusted people. And therefore keep everything stable. And internal recruitment can be great. It can be great when you have the right internal leaders ready. But I had a problem. The internal options available were not fully aligned with what I needed. There was talent inside the organization, for sure, but not enough transformational leadership at the level required for what I was trying to do. And the truth is, transformation does not fail because of lack of potential. It fails because of lack of capability and because of the speed required. So yes, internal recruitment would have been easier. It would have reduced the noise. It would have avoided resistance. But it also would have kept the organization inside the same comfort zone. And comfort zones do not create breakthrough performance. So I chose the harder path. I decided to rebuild the leadership engine with a different type of talent. Not because I wanted to be disruptive, but because I wanted to give the company a real chance. Because when a leader makes a decision like this, it is not just about hiring. It is about culture. It is about standards. It is about the future. And it is absolutely a gamble. I will not romanticize it. When you change leaders at the top, you are taking risk in multiple directions. Will the new leaders integrate? Will the existing culture accept them? Will momentum improve or will it collapse? Will performance accelerate or will internal politics explode? It is not a comfortable decision. It is one of the loneliest decisions a leader can make. And the best way I can describe that period in general is I felt like changing the main engine of the car while the car is still racing, because the business never stops for transformation. So your customers still demand service. Your operation still run daily and hopefully uninterrupted. Supply chains still face disruptions and the organization still expects clarity. And while all of this continues, you are rebuilding the executive core. That is what leadership is in critical transitions. Not a clean restart. A rebuild under pressure. With persistence, focus, and a lot of hard work, we successfully recruited and integrated 5 new C-suite executives. 5. And what mattered was not just that they were new. What mattered was what they brought. They brought experience, execution, discipline, and most importantly, transformation mindset. They had done it before. They understood how to move organizations forward. They did not fear the change. They drove it. And once that shift happened at the top, something else happened naturally. Energy returned to the company. Momentum returned. And accountability became real again. Because when leadership moves, the company moves along. This experience taught me something very important that I have carried with me since. Number 1, the safe choice often protects feelings, not performance. Leaders must respect people, but they must also protect the mission. Number 2, loyalty is powerful, but not when it becomes comfort. Loyalty must serve results, culture, and the standards, not stagnation. Number 3, familiarity feels good, but it can become a trap. A leader surrounded only by familiar collaborators eventually stop hearing the truth. Number 4, Critical transitions require courageous decisions. If you delay the necessary change long enough, the market will force it on you later at a higher cost. If you are in leadership today and you are facing a similar moment, I will leave you with this. Ask yourself one simple question. Am I choosing what is safe or what is necessary? Because stability is not success, comfort is not strategy, and familiarity is not a plan. Critical transitions demand courage, and sometimes the leader's job is to do what no one else wants to do, so everyone else can have a future. Thank you for listening to Through the Journey. Every story shared is a reminder that growth never stops. And that's exactly what drives us at Intech Consultant, where our global experts help businesses grow, innovate, and transform. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, and visit intechconsultant.com to learn more. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep pushing your journey ahead.